All right, now we are on to elimination. You can see these are not in y equals mx plus b format. These are all jumbled up. We need to eliminate one of the variables in order to solve this problem. We don't want to solve for x and y at the same time. It's just too much. We need to get rid of one for a little while, temporarily, and solve for one, and then we'll go back and solve for the other. So that means that I need to decide which one I can make 0. So 3 and 4 do not make 0. 1 and 3, well, I could make 0 there, so I got to think about that. So one thing that you could have referenced is the steps. It says find same coefficients, same numbers, and with opposite signs. And then I need to add the equations together to eliminate that variable. So same numbers. I could make 1 into a 3, and on top of that, I can actually make it into a -3 if I multiply by a negative. So the rule is that if I multiply, I have to multiply the entire equation. So that top equation right there, I would actually multiply the entire top equation by -3. So let's do that. -3, excuse me, and okay, so -3 times 1. There we go. -3 times 1 is going to give us -3x. And then -3 times a +3 is going to give us a -9y. Ooh, my 9 looks weird. Oh my gosh, let's just kind of color over that. There we go. And then a -3 times -2. Well, that's a negative times a negative, which gives me a +6. And let's make that y a little more ye, I guess. Oh my gosh, what is going on with this thing? It's going crazy. Oh, let me redraw my 9y. It's just going insane. Hold on here. My goodness. Okay, 9y. Okay, well, the bottom equation I didn't do anything to. So I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it. And I know that's a +3x. And then that's going to be a +4y. And that's going to be a -1. Okay. So now let me just fix this positive just a little bit, make it a little more positive there. And I see here I have now a negative and a positive and matching coefficients. So actually I can eliminate this and make it 0. So I'm going to make that 0 and I can just combine everything else. And then we have -9y plus 4 gives me a -5y. And then I have 6 minus 5, or excuse me, 6 minus 1 gives me 5. And then -5y, well, that's times y, right? There's a multiplication parentheses there. It says there's invisible parentheses. So the opposite of multiplication is division. So I'll divide by the number I need to eliminate, which is -5. So I'm going to eliminate that, be left with the y. And whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. So I'm left with y equals -1. Okay, great. Now I'm going to take that -1. I'm going to circle it in a golden. -1. And I'm going to plug it in. I need to take this -1 and go, wee, plop. I need to put it in there. I need to substitute it in so I can solve for my x, because now I know what y is. There's no more mystery. So I'm just going to rewrite the equation 3x plus 4, and we already substitute it in, y is -1, equals -1. And I'm going to box and circle. So before I do that, I'm going to simplify what I can. So 4 times -1 is actually -4. So I will leave this to be a negative. -4 equals -1. Okay. Now I see I need my x's alone, so this +4 I could technically circle and box so I can see it. And I can see that I have, try to make this a little neater for you. I have my line and my circle. I have a box and a circle together. This constant term, I can't combine these. An x and a non-x, no. So I have to get this away. So this is a negative. I need a positive and a positive. And so then I'm going to eliminate that. And I'll bring my 3x down. 3x's. And then -1 plus 4 is going to give me a +3. So now I can already think logically. 3 times what number gives me 3? Well, 3 times 1. And I can just go ahead and divide by 3, divide by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, so I know that x equals 1. And on top of that, you need to write your solution as an ordered pair. So over here, let's write it as an ordered pair. It should be, let's go this color, here you go. It should be 1, comma, negative 1.